Just really wanted to highlight this because it just shows the world that we're now in today. You know, these terrible situations evolving around the world with potential wars and all sorts of stuff. And over here in the United Kingdom, some of the younger generation were asked if they would be willing to go to war. You know, as you know, the Right Honourable British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer basically said he was ready and willing to put boots on the ground. I think you might find, in the case of certain ones, there might be high-heeled boots. You get the picture. It wouldn't be like that, say, 40, 50, 70, 80 years ago. We had true brave people. And when I talk about this particular individual, amongst many others who were incredibly brave, men and women, they did so much for our country. We really should never, ever forget their sacrifice. This man, sadly at 105 years old, just recently passed away. Buckingham Palace guards paid tribute to the last known Battle of Britain pilot by performing two musical tracks during the changing of the guard on Wednesday. The band of the Coldstream Guards played the Battle of Britain March and the Royal Air Force March in honour of the wonderful John Paddy Hemingway. What's interesting about John Paddy Hemingway, he was interviewed many times, and his final interview was with a tabloid newspaper. And as he pointed out, you know, I'm no braver than many others. I was just lucky enough to come back. And that really is the sentiment of the story. You know, he honestly was saying, look, you know, this is what happened, but many of my friends didn't come back. And imagine you being just 17 and having that responsibility. Now, some people might say, of course, you know, youth, as they often say, is wasted on the young. But it really does reverberate in your mind to think just how brave these wonderful people were. And of course, John Paddy, as they called him, he was incredibly brave. Now, at 105 years old, he'd seen so much, hadn't he? And he'd lived through so many changes and all sorts of things. And I thought was really nice was the fact that the Prince of Wales, Prince William, put out a message on social media, because clearly, you know, that meant something to him. And, you know, you look at it and you think, well, what a life this man led. And as he pointed out, you know, so many people, there's films and books and everything. But as he said in the interview, you truly had to be there to be able to understand it. What you see is a fantasized moment of whether it be, you know, like 633 Squadron or, you know, D-Day or whatever. He said, you truly lived it. He said, and I've got to be honest with you that, you know, you didn't know what the true story was because there was no contact back with home. You were just literally living in the moment. For many years afterwards, of course, he was honoured and decorated, and rightly so, and became a star, and I use that term in the nicest way, all thanks to his bravery. But he never forgot those wonderful people that he lost along the way. And when you think about it now, I know it may seem strange, but what a lovely send-off that the Prince of Wales gave him. And more importantly, they've already reached out naturally to the family to offer their condolences. I think everybody on this channel should do the same personally, because without these brave men and women throughout all of those conflicts, throughout all of those years, we truly wouldn't be where we are today. We have a lot of freedom, all thanks to those people. So for the rest, John Paddy, etc. Well, thank you from everybody here on this channel. And isn't it nice that he's been remembered? I just think it's absolutely terrific. And thank you to the band of the Changing of the Guard for absolutely honouring him. A wonderful, wonderful gesture, and makes you proud to be British. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.